looking fly today or what? What's happening, y'all? And that's for the females. That's definitely not for the bros. That's for the hoes. But anyways, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Yo Hero. It's your boy Half a Dozen, and we back to talk about Alien Earth. Now, this is our second episode on Alien Earth, but this is about episode 3, so we're talking spoilers and all that. So if y'all want to jump in the chat, drop a yo, let us know you're watching. You know, because we like to engage with our audience and we like to talk about things we like, you know, with y'all. So that's what's up. Hit us entertainment already in the chat. We out here, yo, to talk about this alien stuff. Okay. But I can't do the show alone. So, you know, I bring a couple of the homies with me. So, live, the man from Skunkle, smelling like Funkle, not your mother's brother. What's the word? That is Uncle Bird.
Good evening, good evening.
What's up, man? What's up?
Not much. I'm ready to get this stuff started.
All right, so hopefully everything goes smooth on my end. I know I did a lot in the past week to try to get this internet running smoothly. Like they came in and they rewired it, you know, a couple things, and then gave me a new router, and that was supposed to do the trick, and it really wasn't doing it. But the guy that put the new router in, he, you know, because they had originally gave me a router for a speed that wasn't compatible with the speed I was getting. So, but the guy that installed it suggested getting a new router, a whole separate router system. It's a Orbi system where it's like 3 separate routers. You triangulate around the house, and it's supposed to be better. So far, my gaming experience has been better. My downloading speed's been better and everything. So hopefully you won't have too much lag on my end. But with my other co-host, Mac, live from Akron, he's from the Slap-a-Hole tribe. No lie, we don't die, we multiply. You hoes better recognize. There you go. That's what's up. Freaking fly, half a dozen yo, big yo to the back attack. Pause. That's crazy work.
Mac.
She said Mac. And we got hitters laughing at the Slap-a-Hole tribe. That's what's up. So we got some stuff to talk about today. We're gonna actually start the show out talking about some collectibles. That's how I like to start the show, get the collectibles out the way, and then, you know, we talk about some behind the scenes stuff, movies, all that, and then we'll get to our main topic, this Aliens review. So fresh out the gate, we got Masters of the Universe and Transformers now teaming up. Last time it was TMNT and Godzilla we showed. Before that was Transformers and no, it was TMNT and Masters of the Universe. Now it's Masters of the Universe and Transformers. You got your Megatron armor, Skeletor, and Bumblebee armor, Man at Arms. I like this more than Godzilla TMNT, and I might even like this more than the He-Man TMNT.
Think so.
They look cool.
Yeah, do they actually like transform like into something, or do they just have like the robot armor type stuff?
I have no clue, to be real.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool, you know. Whatever they turn into, I'd like to see a trap jaw.
You know? Yeah.
You'd be a cool one. Tri-face.
A trap jaw and Starscream would be a perfect mashup.
Definitely. Be a
Got
good
G,
one.
Got G in the chat, yo.
So, yeah, it's an interesting concept. I haven't looked into them, so I'd have to, you know, see if they actually do anything besides just They don't look, I don't know, they're kind of cheaply made. I mean, to me, just might just be the
Is that how you feel?
kind of way it looks. Especially when we see what's coming out from some of the other toy makers.
I think they look okay.
Uh,
They look alright. I mean, look at it. The old Masters of the Universe toys weren't that dope. They were all kind of the same arm molds, just different bodies and heads on them, and painted different colors. They all kind of had the same legs and arms. I don't know. They look alright. Moving on, we do got some new Marvel Legends announcements. Pre-order alerts coming for y'all. So this is a 2-pack. Marvel Legends like some 2-packs. They got this Invincible Iron Man 2-pack with Mandarin.
that's the extremist Iron
Man. Yeah, this is from the Extremist Iron Man storyline. Yeah, so I'm not that like I'm familiar with Extremist, but I didn't read it.
Yeah.
So I don't remember Mandarin looking like this, but I guess that was part of the story.
Yeah, I don't recall remember having that look before, so and I'm familiar, but again, yeah, I don't know that much about it.
I think like in Iron Man 3, they took this and then pushed it on that whoever the villain was. I forget his name. You remember the villain name, Mac, from Iron Man 3? I can't remember his name. Killian or something like that. And he was like, I am the Mandarin. He was like one of Tony Stark's rivals.
Well, the actor guy. Okay, yeah. Bill King.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the actors now. I'm just talking about that character. I think they took this Mandarin Extremist comic line. And you know how I said Marvel like to kind of do their own twist on things. And then they mix that with that Aldrin Killian or whatever his name is. I can't remember. Iron Man 3 is my least favorite Iron Man movie. And that was why. That and the Mandarin fake out pissed me off.
We're all looking forward to it, actually, I think.
Yeah. It worked out for Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
But
so it's one of his best, villains.
Right. And he should have been the big bad for the Iron Man trilogy, not like a big fake out.
So, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the figures look dope. Good sculpts. Look like the comic. The whatever Mark 44 or whatever he was wearing at this time back then, or Mark 82 probably by then or something. It looked pretty comic accurate. And then Marvel Legends is dropping these basketball X-Men 97 figures. I guess, this is kind of like do you remember the Jim Lee when he drew all the X-Men in the swimsuits?
Yeah. Well, they had an issue where they were actually playing basketball and talking shit to each other, or whatever.
Yeah. I think
where it's like they were supposed to play without their powers, and Gambit was hitting everything from all over the place, and he's like, he's like, how could I help my powers? I'm just naturally good, or whatever.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah, Jim Lee drew that though, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, anyways, this was a big, like, the fans really like this scene from the X-Men 97 animated series, so it's kind of cool they made the figures. But I will say, Gambit looked kind of crazy in some of these photos. Like I get you want like articulation with your figures, but like that stomach mold looks weird, bro. It just looks weird. Like I don't know. They should have just made his upper body one piece. The folding six pack is kind of odd.
It
So
is, I guess.
so needless to say, I won't be buying this half nude Gambit figure. I'm not interested in it. This is not gonna make its way into my collection. You need to put some more clothes on. I like my Gambit with the jacket on and all that, like he looking Deadpool Wolverine. Max quiet. He ain't got nothing to say about the half nude Gambit.
Might be kind of digging the half naked Gambit, I guess.
Nah, pause, sir. No, that's a technical file. We don't do that to our co-host here. We're not
Let's
going
make sure he's
for that.
paying attention.
I think he's 5 minutes behind us on the lag side. And then you got Rogue. Rogue looked dope. It's pretty dope. I think the Savage Land Rogue looks better though.
Yeah. I'm not digging the shirt either. I don't think I know she wore something like that, but I don't think it was that color. It's just I don't know.
In the cartoon in this episode, that's what she wore. But I don't understand. Well, I guess Rogue, she's staying fully clothed so she don't hurt nobody.
Yeah. She won't take their powers or knock them out or
Right. So, because I was kind of wondering, like, why she got a T-shirt over a costume she'd probably wear, but I guess it makes sense.
so.
All right. So, and besides that, we got some McFarlane's Toys announcements.
Kite Man.
Kite Man.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. That's his slogan. Kite Man. Hell yeah.
Kite Man.
So you know anything about Kite Man?
He's just one of those rogues of Batman that never does anything significant. Doesn't I don't think they even have a story where he just pops in. He's like, "I'm Kite Man," and that's about it. Sometimes.
Yeah, he's always kind of been like a joke, you
Yeah.
know. But I guess more recently fans have kind of started to like him based on his appearances, and well, he was in the Brave and the Bold back in the day, but he recently appeared in the new Harley Quinn cartoon, and it's a pretty mature theme kind of show, and yeah, and then fans just like latched on to his Kite Man hell yeah slogan, and they kind of I think they feel for him because he is a loser, trying to be this badass you know villain. His passion for villainry, you know and then I guess he's got a spinoff coming out called Kite Man hell yeah. So
Interesting. I didn't know that.
yeah, what y'all know about Kite Man, chat? I'm a kite man, Hitter says.
Kite Man.
He also said he loves Jim Lee. He does a lot of art for DC now.
Jim Lee was in that '90s group, late '80s, '90s group of guys that were just innovating a lot of the art from what they used to have back in the day and stuff.
That comments for you, Mac.
Woo. Woo. The woo comment.
Say wood.
That's crazy.
He said
That is not
that is
funny.
crazy. What? All right.
Kite man.
What was that for? We got to ask Q. What was that for? What did that mean?
Well, I'm like, let me out the car. I don't even want to know what that was for. I don't know why you would type wood up there. Like,
Let me out the car.
that sounds, that sounds a little personal. That sounds a
I'll
little
walk.
personal.
I'll just walk home if that's the case.
You ain't even got to stop.
Yeah.
Slow down a little bit.
Just let me out the car, dude. Let me out the car.
Yeah, crazy. All right, so last week we picked our favorites, but we could reiterate those. I kind of wanted to know the chat's favorites. So, your favorite on-screen adaptation of the Batmobile? Bird, what's yours?
I think it's probably that last one right there. The Dark Knight one.
The bottom one?
One? Yeah. I think the bottom one that has the motorcycle that comes out that's the wheel spin on it when it takes off in it.
Was that the bottom one? I thought that was the Tumblr.
The second,
I thought that was the second one. The second to the last.
The second one's the one that splits in the middle and it comes out. This one, he was turned sideways on it, and then the wheels spun around like they 360'd and shit. That's how he's able to ride the way he was riding.
You sure that was the bottom? I don't think that was the bottom one.
It's a 2016, 2018. I don't know. I think they got the dates messed up. My favorite was I'm for some reason Batman Forever. I like that one. 93. That's the one I said got like the Batwing vertical spoiler on the back there. But there's one below it, kind of like that, but I didn't like that one as much. That was from Batman and Robin.
Yeah, I like the cockpit on the one over being it open like a convertible.
So Hitta says the Batman 89. That would have been Batman Returns if Penguin was in it. Oh, we got a Michael Keaton Batmobile. That's the same one Hitta picked.
Yeah, that's one.
It's hard to beat that. I mean, that one's definitely more iconic than the one I chose. I just think the Forever one's underrated, overlooked. The third one from the top. G says third one from the top. That's the one I picked. Some people like that Adam West one though.
That's kind of classic. All right. Very, very recognizable.
It is. I feel like that's where Fantastic Four got that bubble glass idea from. On a Fantastic car. Yeah, so moving on. We did get a new game announcement from Lego. Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight at Gamescom today. Today? Maybe today. But Gamescom is going down right now. Gamescom, and yeah. Fans are hype about this Legacy of the Dark Knight. We got some details here on that. So I guess you follow Bruce Wayne's entire story and incorporates elements from each Batman film. It's a open kind of sandbox type vibe. The confirmed villains, Joker, Penguin, Poison Ivy, Ra's al Ghul, and Bane. And then you could play as Gordon, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Catwoman, Talia al Ghul. 2 difficulty levels, Cape Crusader and Dark Knight. Batcave can be customized to display bat suits, vehicles, and more. It has 2-player co-op. and what a kind of what's that say? Arkham Knight kind of
combat system
Arkham. Yeah.
includes an Arkham style combat system. So it's probably going to play like the regular Lego games, and then you'll probably get a mode where you can do Arkham Knight shit.
No, I mean it's just probably got uh, a little combo system built into it. They're just wording it to sound cool. These are some still shots from the game. I think it looks fire. I can't lie. And I always thought like Lego Batman was funny as fuck, especially in the Lego movie.
I think I played a few of the Lego games back in the day. They're not bad. I mean, it's just repetitive, you know. But they kind of they're kind of quirky, but they follow along whatever story they're in. So.
Yeah. They can get repetitive. You know, for a while they felt like copy and paste, like they were just taking one franchise, Harry Potter or whatever, and just Star Wars, whatever. But this looks a little different. I mean, it does look like they're stepping their game up a little bit. Looks like probably the first next gen Lego kind of game, I guess I'd say.
Looks pretty cool, regardless. You know.
Batman on that bike you were talking about, Bird.
Yep. It is right there. Damn. That's like old Gotham.
Yeah, well, you get to see some of Gotham right here. You know, it definitely has a more down there, I would say, almost down to earth kind of vibe. It's not too over gothic, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's weird because it doesn't really look like a Lego landscape, but you know when you get on the closer up on the buildings and some of the other stuff, they have that Lego feel to them, even they don't necessarily look like Legos, like the fire hydrant and stuff on the like his last pick or pick before.
Right here.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a Lego, but it doesn't necessarily look like one. And then you start, just seeing some of the other stuff, and it's like, oh, everything's Lego, but it doesn't really have that look to it.
Well, it's not like the Lego movie where every little piece is probably a Lego, you know, or any of the Lego movies. Like
Well, I'm just
Pharrell put out his Lego movie. I actually watched that, Brick by Brick, I think it's called, and that was pretty dope. It was all Legos. They had Nori in it. Like it was pretty funny at certain parts. They had the clips in it. You know, it was cool. But that like the whole environment, everything's built by Legos. This looks like it's just like a video game street texture, curbs, and then certain objects within it will probably be built by Legos, like the cars and the people. And then you have some promo material at Gamescom for this. I think it looks cool. Got that black and gray Batman, I guess, and then they're gonna have different costumes based on the movies too. Different skins.
there's so many extras in those games and
that's
finding
dope.
everything and unlocking stuff.
Yeah. It'll be dope to have the different costumes from the movies in there. This looks fire. Just the whole announcement booth.
Yeah. Got a whole nice section, though. There's like a lot of places you can play it too. You know what I mean? At least
That's definitely the Michael Keaton Batman emblem on the chest.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that silhouette there. That's probably why they kept it like extra dark so you don't get the full shot. You know, till the game come out.
Right.
Yeah, that's smart. All right, so we got some more leaked photos from Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man: A Brand New Day. We were looking at these last week. What is that?
They,
You know,
they just keep
dog.
leaking photos, huh?
Yes, your dog. Oh my god, that's his dog, bro. Sound like
That sounded good.
sound like a person in a cage. You got a person in a cage over there. What
Oh
is
my
going
God,
on?
bro.
So he left. He left on that note. He said, "Hold on, man. Don't make accusations like that on the live stream. I'm
It
leaving."
sounds crazy. He might he might be holding somebody
He
hostage.
said,
That is
look
crazy.
at the chat. Hater
Why is
says,
this
why is
dog
this
moaning?
dog
I don't
moaning?
know. I don't know.
It's
I don't
saying,
know.
help, help, help.
That's crazy.
That was great. Help, help. All right.
Saying help is crazy. That is crazy.
So Spider-Man brand new day, new images. We showed off some of these last week. These ones are a little special, man. You get to see that Punisher van. First time we've seen the Punisher van. And if y'all don't know, the Punisher
Yeah, that's
is
crazy.
gonna be in Spider-Man brand new day. Whether he's just making a cameo, I imagine he's gonna play a significant role in this. But yeah. Spidey Mac. Everyone's waiting on Spider Mac. He made one appearance on out of 25 shows, and y'all just keep asking for him to come back.
That is insane. Insane.
His Gimp was getting hungry and wanting out of the cage.
That is insane. Insane.
He had to go change his Gimp's diaper. Yeah.
That is wild.
So yeah. Yeah, this is dope right here, man. John Bernthal.
That van looks very
Accurate.
it looks like comic. Yeah, it looks comic accurate to me.
Yeah, and that's why I put this
Besides,
slide up next to show y'all, you got the Marvel Comics card next to it to show y'all how it looked in the comics. It's a little different, but it gives you the vibes.
in a van down by the river.
Yeah, this is, I think, the battle van. That's kind of what it was referred to in the comics. And this down here, I used to have this. This was the little Toy Biz battle van. It had like a Gatling gun on, pop out the top. He could sit in. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that?
Remember that?
That's when Punisher had the white boots, the white gloves, way back.
And the Punisher hubcaps.
We want Spidey back.
That is crazy, Cube. That is crazy, buddy. That's wild.
Everybody,
that's wild, buddy.
Everybody in the chat wants Spidey Mac.
That is crazy. That's crazy.
Return of the Spidey Mac.
There's some more behind the scenes, some action shots, blue screening it. And then that web slinging device they built, for the practical web slinging. Hey, it's the orange Kool-Aid man. Jumped through a wall. Wow.
Oh, you jive turkey, Bill. I ought to say something back.
You jive turkey.
Is this the freaking 70s over again? I missed something?
Yeah. He's a jive turkey for that. Jive turkey.
That is crazy. The verbal abuse in the chat is off the chain.
Always.
And then you got a little onlooker fan, some kid in his Spidey suit watching Spidey film. Hey, he said he hates you and your Niner gang forever. Nah, you're good. You don't have to. Dill,
That's why y'all
you,
lost. That's why y'all lost. That's why your Raiders lost to us over the weekend.
you do not have to apologize, homie. Feel free to make Max life hell in the chat. Feel free. That's what he's here for y'all to harass him. Trick. Verbal abuse. Let's get it. All right, so the rumor is that after Avengers Secret Wars, Marvel's working on a TIGRA project. What you know about TIGRA, Unc?
Absolutely nothing beats Tice. She's a tiger lady.
She looked like a Thundercats. Thundercats. Ho!
Not Cheetah.
Okay. Okay.
She's
She
been
kind of
saving
like she
that
could
all
be her
week.
cousin.
She looks like she should be in Jim Lee's swimsuit issue.
What's the girl that was fighting Wonder Woman in the last movie?
Oh, that
Yeah.
was
Yeah, I was about to
Tigress?
she was
whatever DC character.
Cheetah or Chitara or something.
Chitara, okay. But you see Marvel and DC, they always do this kind of shit. Different characters, similar, whatever, but they've been doing this shit forever. So do I think she deserves her own project? Hell no. Like me and Uncle mentioned plenty of times, like sometimes they're like when we don't want to see a Marvel's movie or whatever, like we want to see an X-Men movie, we want to see a Blade movie. This is not the kind of shit I think people really want to see. I mean, but if it turns out dope, that's one thing. But I don't see the point. I don't know shit about her. You don't know shit about her. We read comics growing up. Mac, you know anything about her?
No, nothing else.
No. Just
Yeah,
y'all just dress alike. Is that what you're saying?
Well, today we did, I guess. Today we did.
Yeah. Today you did.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Today we did.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, I don't know shit about her.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling this. I don't know. I don't want to see not. It's not something that's on my list of, but bucket list Marvel movies to see before I die. Like, there's 100 other movies I'd rather see before this or shows.
Well, that's like D-list. I mean, you're not even like making B-list or C-list. This is like, I mean, I don't know, when was it popular? Maybe in the 70s when her and the She-Ra wild chick or whatever that's with Rogue in the Savage Lands, whatever that broad's name is.
Yeah,
From the toy.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying, like, I guess she was created in 1972.
70s.
And she was introduced in a trio of comics aimed at female audiences alongside Night Nurse and Shauna the She-Devil. Go figure, that Shauna the She-Devil.
Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. I'm surprised they didn't like team up every other fucking.
They probably fought at some point in time,
Well, they're both like good. I doubt it. I'm sure they fought, so they figure out that they're on the same side or something.
All right, so up next on our to watch list, because there's a bunch of stuff. Well, but on the Marvel side of things, September 24th, we got Marvel Zombies is hitting Disney Plus. A spinoff of What If, basically, because What If had a whole zombies episode.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing rumors that, like, certain characters are going to show up, reappear in the series from that What If spinoff. I don't know. Y'all interested in this at all?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm hoping it will be good. I know they have a couple different, I thought, zombie storylines where they actually had like the zombies invading other dimensions or whatever, trying to take them over. But yeah, it's definitely. I think it's something, especially if it's animated like this. I think it's gonna be pretty decent. Hopefully, whatever story they pick, they kind of stick to it pretty decently.
You checking it out, Mac?
Yeah, I'll give it an episode or two.
Yeah. I like the What If series. I
Oh
know
yeah, I like the What If series too. But yeah, itself, yeah, as a whole, it's
yeah,
different.
yeah. Most people, I don't know. I think the general public it didn't really hit for, but for me, I liked it. It was a What If. It was like the What If comics, but based on the MCU, kind of. Like, what if things went a little bit differently in what you know as the MCU? It is entertainment. It says Bird's Gimp is Amish.
Birds Gimp is Amish. Wow, I didn't know that.
All right, wait.
He's asking for
What's a gimp?
He's not asking for help. He's asking for a ride to the market in a buggy. What?
right to the
Careful,
market.
don't let the gimp churn butter out there. It's in a work cage, not a barn. I don't know what's going on with that. That is crazy work. All right. Well, y'all got some weird shit going on in the chat tonight.
What a gimp is, bro.
Amishes
No.
churning butter and gimps. That's crazy work. We don't do that over here. Y'all joined the wrong live stream.
That is crazy.
All right. And then we got the schedule for Peacemaker season 2, which this will probably end up, obviously reviewing during or a little bit before that Zombies series that comes out also in September. So, because this will be running concurrent, yeah, and Aliens is running until September, so we're gonna have to like watch a lot of series, keep up if we want to keep the show going, keep these reviews going. But
yeah, the first episode of this is what, tomorrow?
Yeah. So, Mac, are you excited to see Mr. Money in the Bank reprise his role of the Peacemaker?
No, I'm not.
No?
I'm not excited. No.
You're not excited, no.
No, because
I got
me, so he can't see.
He can't see you. No.
Yeah, he can't see me.
Yeah, I'm excited to, actually catch the first season, which I missed out on. So this is kind of forcing me to watch that. So I'll probably start that up this week. And I'm probably gonna have to, I don't know if I'll get caught up by the time season 2 comes out, but hopefully be almost finished with season 1 by the time season 2 comes out.
Is that 8 episodes too? Do you know?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. It says it right there. It says 8 episodes right there.
Yeah, no, that's the new season. I was talking about season 1.
Yeah, because we still haven't watched that.
But like I said, episode 1 of season 2 is tomorrow.
Yeah.
At least that's what it says on there.
No, you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like start watching that shit probably tonight. Season 1. I mean, I could probably binge that shit over the weekend and be like caught up by the time we do our review. That's what I'm getting at. So, all right, now this is what we're here for. Let's talk about it. Episode 3, Aliens. Alien, I should say, Alien Earth. What did you just say? Metamorphosis.
Yeah, that was the name of the episode.
Okay, he did his research. Okay, I respect that. So episode 3 kind of, raises the stakes, I would say, a little bit. You got your horror vibes, your corporate schemes going on, and you got these the lines kind of blurring between synthetic cyborgs and humans, and all that stuff kind of going on.
A lot of power struggles going on too, even with in certain groups.
Yeah.
Right. And then you got, we ended the second episode with basically Wendy's brother being attacked by the xenomorph, off screen kind of. Or, that he just got pushed off screen by the xenomorph and we didn't know what his fate was. This episode reveals that. And you see Wendy having a big fight with the xenomorph, and they basically, the xenomorph pretty much almost kills her brother, like puts its tail pretty much through his chest.
He impaled him on that.
Yeah, and then they trapped the xenomorph in some kind of, I don't know, containment unit.
I think it was just like a storage thing or whatever.
Yeah, storage unit even.
Yeah.
But in the process, Wendy gets trapped in there. And you hear this, you don't know what's going on. You just hear the scuffle kind of, and her brother like scrambling to get her out of there.
And you hear that big slam against the door, and that door creases out.
Yeah, it had a little Jurassic Park kind of vibe when they had the velociraptors trapped up in there. Like, it was just rumbling. And then open the door to find out she killed this fucking thing. And
chopped his head off.
Pretty much decapitated the thing. And but then a second later you see her collapse. And you find out it got the best of her too, So there's a whole process where I guess they recreate her, her synthetic body. And they had to drop her memories back in the brain again. Or synthetic brain, whatever you'd say. So, that whole process happens. What did y'all think about, like, just all that I kind of summarized? Like the fight with the xenomorph, her brother getting impaled, like, pretty dope.
Yeah. It was, I think it opened this episode, it was a lot of twists and turns and action. Like straight off the bat.
Yeah.
It showed you exactly like her brother being like stuck up against the wall. That xenomorph had put whatever that sticky shit is on it. He couldn't even move.
Yeah, he kept saying it was a trap.
Yeah.
And then that was trippy how the xenomorph like stuck its head in the thing and like peeped out. Like, I didn't understand why it was toying with him.
Yeah.
Because it could have attacked him right then and there, if it was just like acting off pure instinct. But it was kind of like toying with him. It dipped outside the thing, then it flipped the whole fucking semi over. Or whatever they were in the back of
after it climbed on top of it and ran up on them where they were standing and just stopped right there.
Yeah, because she stabbed him.
Remember, she stabbed it. Yeah. And the acid started dripping.
Yeah. Burned a hole, in the side of the semi bigger than them. So that was crazy. And then you see that Prodigy and Cavalier, like, they went from doing basically like a rescue mission to rescue survivors from this crash. To top priority is get these life forms.
Yeah.
And like in the process of all that, you kind of see like, even the Lost Boys, all these hybrid life forms kind of like they start falling apart too. Like, they got, they're children still, but you're seeing they're being kind of picked apart, especially by the main kind of villain of the series, Marl.
Cyborg.
Yeah, he starts basically manipulating and trying to influence the Lost Boys.
He slipped Haji that shit. He slipped Haji that shit in his neck.
Right? Like he put some kind of weird ass device on him where he could communicate with him at any time.
And it went in his skin. It went in his neck, bro. It just dissolved right into his neck, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm surprised, like,
and he popped it out, and he popped it out of his index finger, like he just popped it out of that weird fucking hand he got,
Yeah,
like
cyborg hand.
That bitch had a knife in it. Yeah, that was creepy.
They said he was gone for like 65 years, so they had that technology like 65 years ago. I figured that,
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
So yeah,
but you remember like he popped the thing. The thing that he put in Haji's neck, that shit came out of his index finger, like that disc thing that he slid in his neck. That shit just came up out of his squishy hand. It came up out of his squishy hand. His squishy finger. That shit was crazy, bro.
Why has he got a squishy hand?
Hell no.
That was the Robo hand.
Yeah, I don't know. That motherfucker did not look that.
Hitter said Xenomorph wasn't toy.
I believe that Hitter.
Somebody has a queen embryo, I think. I think so too. I think that's why they build those like hives or whatever. So when all them eggs are there from the queen, the facehuggers can just have easy victims, basically easy hosts. It's trying to build a hive like we've seen in other movies. Only time Xenos let people live or is if they're already impregnated by a facehugger.
Well, Wendy's definitely, she's got a connection to them little fucking face huggers.
Yeah, because why was she having them crazy headaches and shit?
Yeah. Well, she was hearing them scream on some, I don't know, like what her sound capabilities are and stuff like that. But she was like
that little baby xenomorph. She was connected to that motherfucker. That little,
or was a psychic backlash almost type thing. I don't know.
Yeah, she's connected to him though somehow.
Oh, he's talking about the little fucking sperm xenomorph they cut out the facehugger's nutsack.
Well, no, and then the ones in the pods were kind of doing some shit too.
Oh yeah, that one.
It's almost like they're a hive mind too. So I assume
they was going to jump out. One of them little facehuggers was going to jump out and get them little motherfuckers, but the science dude got them away from it. Or somebody got him away from it. That motherfucker was opening up like a
Well, there's a few times he kept seeing it happen. He's like, yeah, we can't have you too close.
So you see, Nibs grows suspicious of the group's purpose. Curly undermines Wendy for a little while. Like she's getting jealous. Of Wendy's kind of position in Cavalier's eyes and all that. Cavalier, states why he thinks Wendy's special because she was the first. And she says something about her dad.
Cavalier's a weird. He give me creepy Herbert the Pervert mixed with Hugh Hefner vibes. Like he is a weird.
Oh yeah, well that's the purpose. Is that's they're trying to make him one of them weird tech guru creep type. Elon-y, Musky,
Bill Gatesy,
the Facebook guy,
Zuck,
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, they're giving
Robo Zuck.
Yeah, they're doing that on purpose with his character, you know. But
He always got that fucking weird ass robe on, and he looked like he musty all the time. Like I just don't like him. He just musty looking. He always got on pajamas. How you a trillionaire? You always walking around in some damn
pajamas.
robe.
Because you don't have to wear.
They don't have to get dressed. Yeah,
you gotta do shit.
Yeah. When you got money like that, you know. So, you know, the aliens we see, they're no longer just like a threat. They're a tool for science and profit now. We're kind of seeing like we see these different factions are going to start fighting over the xenomorph and these aliens as weapons for, you know, unethical kind of driven reasons, right? And yeah, I think that's what I'm liking about this series is it, you know, it's taking the alien xenomorph creature back to his horror roots. And it's just this freak of nature thing that shouldn't fucking mankind shouldn't fuck with, and even cyborgs shouldn't fuck with. No, you know, AI shouldn't fuck. Nobody should fuck with the xenomorph, and it's taking it back to its roots on that level. But I'm also loving the whole, like I said, the whole AI, synthetic, cyborg,
Android.
hybrid. Yeah, I'm loving all the politics going on with mankind and all these different versions of synthetic, you know, humanoids. So I'm just fully invested. I like the characters. Uh, you know, and I think the imagery's dope. You know, I like the different kinds of aliens, even them just delving deeper into the mythos, like Mac mentioned, the baby alien. They cut out the face hugger and they dropped it in that little containment unit that had Wendy's brother's lung in there. And
Which how they just took his lung and just didn't even give it back to him.
They probably had to cut it out because when he got stabbed, you know.
Oh, I didn't understand an artificial one. Oh yeah, I'm like, how they just took? I mean, I know you can live with one lung, but damn.
Yeah, I would assume that they probably took it out and put an artificial one in or something. They had to have some kind of biomedical stuff like that going on at that time.
Yeah.
You can make a whole android with the mind inside. I'm sure you can make artificial.
Yeah, they got that tech. Yeah, they got that tech by now in this world, you know, this universe. So they're making full cyborgs, full synthetic bodies. They can pop a fake lung in his chest and he's good to go. They wanted to see how that thing would react to organic material, you know, and they're probably going to try to find a way to host an alien, you know, without having to have a human host, you know, and birth a xenomorph in a tube.
Or in a lung that's suspended in a glass. So.
You seen how that
or whatever the case.
That motherfucker slipped up in that lung like it was just home. Like, fuck it. I'm about to go up in here and post up.
Yeah. Post up, eat, and then so I can hop out this bitch and go kill somebody to eat some more. But it's just, you know, it's taking the xenomorph back to its just like instinctual, like horror kind of roots, you know, animalistic kind of roots. And I love the series. I love the characters. I love the storytelling. You know, even the episodical storytelling. I can't wait to tune in next week to check out the next episode.
Yeah, because when old girl from the rival company from Cavalier Prodigy,
that was dope.
When she was telling the old dude that was calling her grandma mother, like she was like, you was talking about my grandma, like she ain't even my grandma ain't even around no more. Like he was like, this is my life's work.
You seen that click for Morrow, like
yeah.
Fuck, like I can't even deal with the lady I was cool with. I'm dealing with her bitch ass granddaughter.
Right. That shit was crazy. Like even that, just that part alone, that shit just like was wow.
Yeah, because whatever situation he had with her does not exist by the time he returned to Earth with on his mission that she sent him
Yeah,
on. And then the
yeah.
fact that he said he lost all his friends and family,
And he
every
lost his life's work. He's like, "This is my life's work. I'm getting them all back." I'm like, "Oh, so this motherfucker finna go and fucking get every single one of them creatures back?" Like he is on some bullshit.
oh yeah. Like
See, now
I go ahead.
I'm starting to think that like his family was tragically killed, and then they give him cybernetics because of whatever reason, because he was good at whatever he did at some point in time in his life, and then he just dedicated himself to doing this job or whatever. They gave him purpose after maybe he lost his family. Talked about having a daughter, if that was true or not, if that was just a kind of
Oh,
a
that was
front.
definitely true. He said she hated raisins. I remember
Well,
him
it doesn't
saying
mean
that.
it's true. He was trying to connect with another kid, so
Like,
there's a duality in that. But the way he said it, I think that it was, just being truthful, and
He could be
whatever.
spent on lies, just to manipulate those hybrid children, So I'm loving him as a villain though, as a villain type character. I just want to follow his story. He could have had a whole movie of just him and him hunting down these specimens for Wayland Utani. Like Morrow's a dope villain, bro. Because nobody trusts him. You can't trust him. We don't trust him. The humans don't trust him because he's a cyborg.
and he
You
don't give a fuck. He'll fuck over whoever to get the job done. Like basically, using
Yeah, as long as it
using his
doesn't
type.
interfere with his job, I think that's where he gets driven. I think he
Yeah,
does
but
seem to have some empathy. He seems to does have some empathy at times.
No, because if he had empathy, he wouldn't let them two soldiers get fucked up by that goddamn alien that fucking
Well,
sucked
no,
their
that was
neck
more
and fucking got
survival
all
because
nasty.
he
He
could
wouldn't
he,
let
he
them.
could have just killed the kids if he wanted to. He could have
nah,
just been.
there is moments when he's talking about when he talked about his kid and certain stuff. You could see like he had a heart, but I feel like that shit's gone.
Yeah,
I
That
think for
yeah,
the
that
yeah.
shit.
most
That's what
part,
I'm
I think
saying.
for
Like he ain't
that's
got
what I'm
no
saying.
empathy now. That's in my opinion.
I think if it comes down to that or the mission, but I can see him maybe helping somebody out because maybe later he thinks it might be able to help him out. But if it's
Well,
but
yeah, that's
like I said,
self-serving. That's
well, that's
self-serving. So that's not empathetic. That's
yeah, but that's
Yeah, because
still thinking about
I thought he was about to smoke them two lost boys, but then he realized they
yeah.
was squishy faced kids, and he was like, "Oh, y'all is dumbass kids.
Right.
I ain't worried about y'all."
Well, he realized he could
Yeah,
utilize them and he could manipulate
yeah.
them. But I was gonna say, Morrow's such a good villain. I could see him like if the shit with Wayland Utani goes left with this new granddaughter that's in power. I could see him unleashing the xenomorph on the entire planet as a fuck you to everybody because he lost his 60 some years.
Yeah,
He lost
yeah.
all the people he loved. He made this big sacrifice and he comes back to a fuck you from the company he sacrificed everything for. He might be like, you know what, bitch, I got something for you, and just unleash some of these specimens on Wayland. So I could see him going. He's a company man now, but I could see him saying, fuck that company if they don't treat him right. Because
Oh yeah,
he seemed very off put by the fact it was a different person in charge and he had to answer to her.
yeah.
I think it's just having the relationship maybe with her, but like she specifically went to him and told him the situation and what she wanted done. I would assume that's what it was. So he had a repertoire maybe with her.
And I also wonder if, like, when they went looking for these aliens, if something went left on his mission that caused that 60 some year time gap, where he has some resentment based on the lost time because it was only supposed to be like, a couple years or something max.
I don't know. I mean, they were searching for stuff, so I'm sure they didn't have
Yeah, they had to travel. They had to travel to find them different alien species on different planets. I think personally, but You're right.
And they
You
were
could be right
looking for
also.
stuff. I would assume
Some
they would
shit
already
definitely had to go.
because
Some shit
everything.
definitely have to go left though for him to like not fucking be back on Earth for 65 years.
Well, no, think about it. They had no information on any of these species, so obviously they weren't discovered yet.
We don't
So
know that.
But they did, yeah, because they when the guy was logging in the thing, he would have knew about it.
No, we don't know. We don't know that though. Like we don't know that. That's the thing that this show is unraveling and showing us that this shit's been going on. This was before the first Alien movie.
Yeah.
So this shit's been going on with Wayland for a long time. How long have they had knowledge of the xenomorph life form? We don't really know that. You know what I mean? And they've also been known to send their own employees on these suicide missions.
Yeah, dummy missions. That's what I
So
call it. A dummy
right,
mission.
dummy missions. You know where you're not coming up out of this one. You know you're not gonna win. And
you're the experiment.
yeah, in a lot of ways, you know you're the guinea pig for them. You know, so I think what they tell us and what they know and what we know, we're still discovering that episode by episode. And I think more of that'll be revealed throughout this series is what Wayland Yutani's real intentions were, you know, or you know what some of their intentions were for the first Alien movie, like why they set that whole mining, you know, or sent them to that mining colony to just get killed like that, you know. But yeah, you see that submission, secure the xenomorph, you know, pretty much. That's kind of what this episode ends on. Do you think we're gonna? I think it's. If I had to guess, I would assume we're gonna see Wendy's brother come back as a cyborg.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a cyborg.
Hell, he's a cyborg once he's got cybernetics, just like Morrow. Any upgraded human, you know, yeah.
I guess. I mean, maybe they grow him along. I don't know. But yeah, I guess
he's gonna be a cyborg, just like I
yeah. I think for the story to mirror to give that parallel between him and Morrow, and then also him and his sister having, you know, being a full synthetic, and then I think it's going to give that kind of, you know what I mean, duality to the story.
Right.
Good.
Plus, he was a soldier, so like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, now he can be, you know, a little badass upgraded version of himself, you know. Yeah, keep up with his sister fighting the xenomorphs.
I mean, he's only got a lung. He ain't got like bionic arms or nothing.
Yet.
We don't know. We don't know that.
Well, I believe the way that I want to say the way that the companies are structured or whatever that are around in this universe is that each has their specialty. So
yeah,
you know, Yutani's got kind of the robotics and the bionic kind of stuff, and these guys are into the synthetics and hybrids or whatever. And you know, you got the AI people, and there's a couple other ones that they stayed out through the thing. But yeah, I don't know if they cross over. You know,
I think somewhat. You know, and that's also why he wants this Wayland, these specimens, the alien life forms. Why Cavalier wants them is because Wayland wants it so bad.
Yeah.
If they want it so bad, why shouldn't he want it? Is his mindset, and it crash landed in his prodigy city, so you know he's kind of taking ownership of it.
Well, even to figure out, you know, what they're made of, that they can have acid for blood, that, you know, that they can reproduce this way, or, you know, they got, you know, however they see it.
So, like, when he recovered that xenomorph, it was still bleeding. I don't know what kind of device they were carrying that on to stop the blood from bleeding through that. It was like a stretcher, kind of futuristic stretcher they had it on. And I'm like, well, why is the blood not bleeding through that? But yeah, man, a little picture of the main star behind the scenes with a xenomorph. I thought this was cool. I'm really digging the Wendy character. I'm gonna be honest. she's probably my favorite female protagonist in the series since Ripley.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they haven't had a good, likable female character in the Alien series. I feel like, you know, since
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, you know, and I feel like I like this character. She's like half RoboCop, half Sigourney Weaver, almost. You know, I think she's gonna be. Yeah, I would come back for, and the first season ain't even over. I would come back for a second season just to catch up with her. You know,
she just cut a Xenomorph's head off. Like I fucks with her. She just was like in there with just a sword, and she cut that motherfucker's head off.
facts. Like I would like to see her side by side with a Predator fighting these fuckers. You know.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
Yeah, and give her a little bit more training. I think. I think she was just going off of what
you mean programming. You mean programming because the bitch.
Well, no, it's still her brain. I mean, she has a memory backup or whatever, or extra storage for her memory. But basically, it's a human brain. She's got all the emotions. That's why she's going after her brother and stuff.
I mean,
and she's still a child.
Well, that's what I was going to get at. She's a child. She's only going to be able to fight so good, you know?
Yeah.
So next week we got episode 4.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. So we'll be back to review episode 4 next week. Appreciate everybody coming through, jumping in the chat with us. Do y'all have any closing thoughts?
No. Watch the episode, come back, let's discuss it, see what else is going on in the world.
Mac?
No. I have
what y'all gonna score this out of 10? Episode 3.
I'll give it a 8.5.
I'll give it an 8.
I think I'll give it the 8 too. I think I was almost gonna go 7.5 because this one I thought had a lot more dialogue, but I liked the dialogue. I actually really liked the exchange with Morrow and that synthetic, the leader, the head synthetic dude.
The scientist they call him or whatever. I don't know what his name is, but
with the white hair.
Yeah.
Like his whole their exchange back and forth, you know, like when he was trying to talk Morrow down, like that was cool, you know, like
even his interactions with Cavalier.
Yeah.
I mean, whether he's synthetic or whatnot, I mean, he's cold. He's just like, hey, this is the way it is. You're not gonna want to do this, you know.
Well, he's sending them cautionary, signals saying, I don't know if you want to mess with this xenomorph. I don't know if that's the route you want to go, and no one's listening to his logic because he's not human, or they say he's acting human because he's putting his emotions kind of into it, right? But I like that character.
I was gonna say I want to see him and Morrow go at it.
Yeah, and this is another thing I wanted to bring up. I don't know if you are familiar, but do you know? I brought it up to my son. Do you know the Blade Runner series is set in this universe?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
The old Harrison Ford Blade Runner movie is set in this universe, and the scents from that are the scents from this.
That's crazy.
Makes sense.
No,
and I think the scent that was fighting Harrison Ford had white hair too, if I'm correct, like this guy in this series. That's who he reminds me of, is one of them kind of people from Blade Runner. The scent in that. And Blade Runner was made by Ridley Scott, who made Alien.
Right.
So makes sense.
Yeah, so I got the new Blade Runner movie, but I've never watched it, and I want to watch that. I watched the old Blade Runner movie, but I'll probably rewatch that, and I want to watch the latest one. I think not Gyllenhaal. Who's in it? Damn.
Yes, but I know that
Gosling, Ryan Gosling, I think's in it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Ryan Gosling's in it. So, and it's based in the same world that Harrison Ford was in his universe. So, all this technically the Blade or Blade Runner series, Alien and Predator, all that's one world, one universe. So I don't know. That was a random fun fact for y'all. So check it out. Next week we'll be back. Oh yeah, and I scored this a 8. You scored this 8.5, Mac. Or and Bird
8.
Yeah, so we recommend it. Check out the series, check out the show, and we'll be back next week on Yo
Hero.
Hero.